take a slow breath. You do not need to do anything right now. You do not need to focus, or remember, or solve. You are simply here. Welcome. This is Sleep Science Fact. Tonight, we are not traveling far. We are not leaving the earth. We are not chasing answers. Instead, we are standing at the edge of a forest. You already know this place. You have seen forests before. You know how they look in daylight. Trees standing tall, leaves moving gently, sunlight filtering through familiar shapes. During the day, a forest feels understandable, predictable, almost friendly. But as evening slowly settles in, something changes. Not suddenly, not dramatically. The forest does not transform into something dangerous. It does not become hostile. It does not sharpen its edges. It simply begins to breathe differently. As the sun lowers, the light softens. Colors lose their urgency. Sounds stretch out and become less distinct. The forest does not grow louder. It grows deeper. During the day, humans often feel like the center of the scene. Paths are clear. Sounds respond to movement. Vision dominates everything. But at night, that quiet certainty gently fades. The forest does not revolve around us anymore, and that is not a threat. It is a relief. You are no longer required to lead, no longer required to interpret, no longer required to control. You are allowed to become a listener. At night, the forest does not ask for attention. It offers rhythm instead. The wind moves more evenly. Temperature shifts become smoother. Scents linger longer in the air. The forest is not sleeping, but it is no longer rushing. Scientists who study nocturnal ecosystems often describe this transition as a phase shift, not an ending. Energy does not disappear. It redistributes. Photosynthesis rests. Respiration continues. Life does not stop. It simply changes pace. This slower pace is not accidental. Many organisms in the forest evolved specifically for darkness. Not because darkness is harsh, but because it is stable. At night, temperatures fluctuate less. Wind patterns are steadier. Humidity rises gently, protecting delicate tissues. For countless species, night is not a risk. It is a shelter. And for the human nervous system, this matters more than we often realize. Your brain evolved long before artificial light, long before screens, long before deadlines and notifications. For most of human history, night meant stillness, lower stimulation, fewer decisions. When darkness arrived, the brain released its grip. Even now, deep inside your nervous system, that memory remains. As light fades, your body naturally begins to slow its internal clock. Heart rate decreases. Breathing deepens. Muscles soften their constant readiness. This response does not require effort. It only requires permission. And the forest gives that permission freely. Notice how, in the quiet, nothing demands your attention. There is no single sound to follow, no single movement to track. Instead, everything blends. Leaves shift, branches settle, insects hum at the edge of hearing. The forest becomes less about objects and more about atmosphere. At night, vision loses its dominance. And when vision relaxes, the mind often follows. You are not meant to analyze shapes in the dark. You are meant to sense space. Distance becomes softer, boundaries blur gently. This is why many people describe forests at night as calming rather than frightening. The absence of sharp detail gives the brain fewer signals to react to. Ambiguity, when safe, is soothing. The forest does not rush to explain itself, and neither should you. You may notice that thoughts from the day begin to loosen. Work concerns, conversations, responsibilities. They do not disappear instantly. They simply drift farther away, like footsteps fading on a distant path. In the forest at night, there is no scoreboard, no productivity, no urgency. Everything living here follows internal rhythms shaped by millions of years of adaptation. Trees release moisture slowly through their leaves. Soil organisms rise closer to the surface. Fungi continue their quiet exchange of nutrients beneath your feet. Even when unseen, the forest remains deeply active, and knowing this can be strangely comforting. Life continues without supervision. Balance does not depend on constant effort. This is a lesson the forest teaches best at night. You do not need to manage everything for it to keep working. You do not need to stay alert for the world to remain intact. The forest breathes, and you can breathe with it. Slowly, naturally. If your body feels tired, that is welcome here. If your mind feels full, that is understandable. There is no expectation to empty it completely. Simply allow the background noise of the day to soften. As darkness settles fully, even your sense of time begins to change. Minutes stretch. Moments lose their edges. This is not boredom. It is spaciousness. The forest does not measure time in hours. It measures in cycles. Cooling, warming, resting, moving. And tonight, you are allowed to join that cycle. Nothing in this forest is asking you to stay awake. Nothing is asking you to prove anything. You are not the center of the scene. You are part of the environment, a quiet presence among many others, and that realization alone can reduce the weight of the day. Because when you are no longer the center, you are no longer carrying everything. As this journey continues, we will explore the soft lights, gentle sounds, and hidden lives that awaken after sunset. But for now, there is no need to anticipate. This moment is enough. The forest has shifted its breath, and you are breathing with it now. If you find comfort here, you are welcome to stay. If sleep begins to arrive quietly, you do not need to resist it. Let the forest remain awake for you, so you can rest. As the forest settles into its new rhythm, something subtle begins to appear. Not brighter, not louder, just present. Small points of light. They do not rush into view. They do not demand attention. They simply arrive. If you stay still long enough and let your eyes soften, you may notice them drifting between the trees. Fireflies. Their light is gentle, never harsh, never blinding. It appears, fades, and returns again, not randomly, but not rigidly either. Scientists once believed fireflies flashed independently, each following its own internal signal. But in many forests, something more interesting happens. They synchronize. Hundreds, sometimes thousands. Tiny lights rising and falling together, like a slow, shared breath. This phenomenon is known as biological synchronization. Each firefly adjusts its rhythm based on the flashes around it. No leader, no command, just quiet cooperation. The result feels almost unreal, as if the forest itself has developed a pulse. On, off, a collective heartbeat, glowing softly in the dark. This light is not meant to illuminate the forest. It does not help trees grow. It does not guide travelers. It is a language. Fireflies glow to communicate, to say, I am here, to find one another. And the forest listens. For the human brain, this kind of light is especially calming. It is low intensity, predictable, rhythmic. Unlike artificial lighting, it does not overwhelm the senses. It invites the eyes to relax instead of focus. Your vision does not need to sharpen. It can soften. You are allowed to observe without effort. And as you do, your breathing often begins to mirror what you see. Slow, even. The nervous system recognizes this pattern instinctively. Regular rhythm signals safety. This is why watching waves, flames, or drifting clouds feels soothing. The brain entrains to gentle repetition. Fireflies offer that same comfort, but quieter, more delicate. Their light does not dominate the darkness. It coexists with it. And deeper in the forest, closer to the ground, Another kind of light lives quietly, glowing mushrooms. At first glance, they may look unreal, as if someone placed tiny stars at the base of trees. But their glow has nothing to do with beauty, and nothing to do with helping humans see. Bioluminescent fungi glow for a reason far more practical. They want to be found. The light attracts insects, beetles, flies, small night wanderers. These insects brush against the mushroom, picking up spores. Then they move on. The glow is an invitation, a quiet signal drifting through the darkness. There is no urgency in it, no flashing for attention, just a steady presence that says, if you are passing by, notice me. This is how much of the forest communicates at night, not through force, not through noise, but through patience. Bioluminescence is chemically efficient. It produces light with almost no heat, no wasted energy. In nature, efficiency often equals calm. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is excessive. Even the glow itself is soft, often green or blue, wavelengths that scatter gently in low light. Your eyes do not strain to interpret it, and that matters. When visual input becomes gentle, the brain shifts away from alertness, away from problem solving. It moves toward a more dreamlike mode of perception. This is the same state your mind enters just before sleep. Thoughts become less linear. Images drift instead of lock into place. Fireflies and glowing fungi help guide the brain toward that state. Without instruction, they do not tell you to relax. They demonstrate it. In the forest, light does not compete with darkness. It complements it. Darkness remains the foundation. Light becomes a soft accent, and that balance is important. Too much light erases mystery. Too little light can create uncertainty. But here, in the forest at night, the balance feels natural. You are never fully illuminated and never completely lost. Just aware enough to feel present. Just dark enough to feel unburdened. If you imagine yourself standing here, surrounded by these living lights, notice how little is required of you. You do not need to follow them. You do not need to count them. You can simply let them exist at the edges of your awareness, like thoughts that no longer need your attention. In modern life, light is often aggressive. Screens glare, signs flash, notifications demand immediate response. Your brain is trained to react instantly to brightness. But these forest lights do not ask for reaction. They are not urgent. They are not loud. They wait. And in that waiting, your nervous system begins to slow its own responses. Muscles release small amounts of tension. Jaw softens. Shoulders drop slightly. You may not even notice it happening. That is the beauty of gentle stimuli. They work quietly. Fireflies do not glow constantly. They allow darkness to return between flashes. Rest is built into the signal. This teaches the brain something subtle. It is safe to pause. You do not need to be on all the time. Even light itself takes breaks. Glowing mushrooms follow the same principle. They do not shine brighter than necessary. They glow just enough to be noticed, nothing more. In this way, the forest models a different relationship with energy, one that does not rely on constant output, sustainability over intensity. And that lesson extends beyond biology. You do not need to burn brightly every moment to matter. You do not need to prove your presence through exhaustion. Like the living lights around you, it is enough to exist quietly, to be here. As you listen, as you imagine, your brain continues to move away from daytime patterns, away from schedules, away from pressure, towards something slower. The forest does not keep score. It keeps rhythm, and those rhythms continue whether you are watching or not. That knowledge can be comforting. You are allowed to rest without disrupting anything. The lights will keep glowing. The night will keep breathing. You are not responsible for holding the world together. As this journey continues, you will hear more of the forest's nighttime conversations, sounds, movements, signals layered gently together. But for now, let these living lights remain in the background, soft, unhurried. If sleep begins to approach, let it. If curiosity remains, that is welcome too. There is no wrong response here. The forest communicates without pressure, and you are learning how to listen. As the soft lights of the forest continue to glow and fade behind you, the night does not become darker. It becomes more precise. Shapes begin to matter more than details. Movement becomes more important than color. This is the kind of world that many forest animals know well. Among them are deer and elk. They move quietly through the trees, not as hunters, not as shadows of fear, but as listeners. Their survival depends less on speed and more on awareness. To understand how they experience the night, we need to look gently into their eyes. Behind the retina of deer and elk lies a special reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum. Its purpose is simple. It reflects light back through the retina, giving photoreceptor cells a second chance to capture it. This is why their eyes sometimes appear to glow softly when caught in moonlight or distant illumination. But this glow is not meant to signal danger. It is not a weapon. It is borrowed light. Moonlight, starlight, even the faint reflection from glowing insects or pale fungi on the forest floor. Nothing new is created. Nothing extra is demanded. The eye simply uses what is already there. This adaptation allows deer and elk to see in conditions where humans struggle, not in sharp detail, not in high definition, but well enough to notice motion, well enough to sense change, well enough to respond before a situation becomes threatening. Night vision in these animals is not about dominance, it is about prevention. The forest at night is not a battlefield, it is a landscape of early signals. A rustle that arrives slightly out of rhythm, a silhouette that shifts where it should not. These small changes matter. Deer and elk do not wait until danger is close. They notice it early, and early notice creates calm, because panic usually comes from surprise. In the dark, their wide-set eyes give them an expansive field of view. They do not focus narrowly on one point. They take in the whole scene. This panoramic awareness reduces the need for constant movement. They do not have to search. They simply remain open. There is something deeply calming about this way of seeing. Modern human life often trains vision to narrow. Screens demand focus. Tasks demand precision. The eyes tighten. The mind follows. But the forest night invites a different mode. Deer and elk do not stare. They receive. Light enters the eye, reflects gently, and returns as usable information. Nothing is forced. This reflective system also reduces stress on the animal's nervous system, because vision does not require strain. Less strain means less adrenaline, and less adrenaline means the body can remain in a state of readiness without tension. This is an important distinction. Readiness does not have to feel like anxiety. In nature, readiness is often quiet. Deer and elk are not constantly alert in a sharp, exhausting way. They are softly attentive. Ears rotate slowly, sampling sound. Nostrils lift and lower with calm breaths. Vision complements these senses, not overpowering them, just supporting them. The night, then, becomes a place of cooperation between senses. This balance allows these animals to rest even while awake. They graze, they pause, they stand still for long moments, conserving energy. The reflective layer in their eyes does not remove darkness. It reshapes it. Darkness becomes usable. And this idea carries a gentle lesson for the human listener. You do not need to eliminate uncertainty to feel safe. You only need enough information to move gently through it. The night does not demand total clarity. It offers sufficiency. In the forest, seeing enough is enough. This contrasts with daytime human expectations, where clarity is pushed to extremes. More data, more certainty, more control. At night, the forest releases those demands. Deer and elk accept what the light provides. They do not search for more, and because of that, they do not exhaust themselves. Their bodies remain aligned with natural rhythms. Their heart rates stay steady. Even when something unfamiliar appears, response is measured. A step back, a pause, a turn. Not panic, not aggression, just distance. Nighttime survival in the forest is largely about creating space. Space between self and uncertainty. Space where decisions can remain slow. For the human nervous system, imagining this process can be soothing. Your mind does not need to rush toward every thought. You can notice it early and then decide. Borrowed moonlight becomes a metaphor here. You do not need to generate your own brightness when you are tired. You can reflect what already exists. Calm from your surroundings. Stillness from the night. Even the quiet tone of this moment. Like deer and elk, you can let awareness be wide instead of sharp. You do not need to focus intensely on any single idea. You can allow thoughts to pass through gently, without holding them. In this state, the brain begins to reduce its threat response. Muscles stay loose. Breathing remains slow. This is the opposite of stress-driven alertness. It is alertness without tension. And that is what the forest offers at night. Not excitement, not fear, but preparedness without pressure. As you imagine these animals moving through the trees, guided by reflected light, notice how little effort is involved. They are not pushing through the darkness. They are cooperating with it. The night is not an enemy to be conquered. It is a condition to be understood. And understanding brings peace. As this journey continues, you will encounter more nighttime strategies, more quiet adaptations, each one sharing the same underlying principle. The forest survives, not by force, but by listening. And as you listen now, your own mind may begin to slow further. You do not need to see everything clearly. You only need to feel safe enough to rest. The borrowed light is enough. As the forest settles deeper into the night, vision slowly releases its importance. What the eyes no longer need to do, other senses begin to handle. After borrowed moonlight has done its quiet work, another system takes over, the air itself. At night, the forest breathes differently. During the day, air is restless. Heated by sunlight, it rises and falls, twists and breaks apart. Scents scatter quickly, pulled upward, diluted, lost. But when night arrives, the ground cools. Movement slows. The air becomes layered and stable. And in this calm structure, scent can travel farther than sound, farther than light. In the nighttime forest, smell becomes a messenger, not loud, not demanding, just present. Plants release subtle chemical signals into the air. Animals leave faint traces behind them as they move. None of these messages are urgent. They are informational. This is who passed through. This is how long ago. This is whether the space is safe. The night air carries these signals gently, without distortion. This is why many animals rely more on smell after sunset. It requires no movement, no noise, no exposure. Scent allows awareness without action. Moths are among the most delicate examples of this system. Some species can detect pheromones released by a potential mate from astonishing distances. Not by searching, not by scanning the environment, they simply wait. The molecules arrive on the night air, slow and steady. When the signal is strong enough, they respond. There is no urgency until the message is clear. This is a pattern repeated throughout the forest. Plants also participate. Certain flowers release their strongest scents only at night, not to be seen, but to be found. Their fragrances are designed for nocturnal pollinators who navigate without light. The message is simple. Here is nourishment. Here is purpose. Nothing more is required. Even trees communicate through scent. When damaged, some release chemicals that warn neighboring plants of potential danger. Others emit compounds that attract insects which prey on herbivores. All of this happens silently. No motion, no display, just information moving through air. For the human nervous system, this kind of communication feels deeply calming. Smell is processed in some of the brain's oldest regions, areas closely tied to memory and emotion. Unlike vision or hearing, scent bypasses many layers of conscious analysis. It does not demand interpretation. It simply arrives. This is why certain smells can instantly relax the body. Why others evoke nostalgia or safety without explanation. In the forest at night, this system is constantly at work. Animals do not need to look around nervously. They can sense the recent history of a place. By breathing, the air tells stories, and because the night air is stable, those stories remain coherent. Nothing is rushing past. This stability lowers the overall level of alertness required to survive. There is less need to check repeatedly, less need to confirm. Trust builds naturally. This trust is not emotional, it is physiological. When information arrives smoothly and predictably, the body relaxes. This is one reason nighttime often feels safer than expected, not because there is less life, but because signals are clearer. For humans listening now, this shift from seeing to sensing can be mirrored internally. You do not need to visualize anything sharply. You can let your attention spread. Imagine cool air moving slowly, carrying faint, neutral impressions. Nothing sharp, nothing alarming, just presence. In this state, the mind does not chase thoughts. Thoughts drift in, like scent, then fade. You do not have to follow them. Night teaches this skill quietly. Awareness without fixation. Smell is especially good at this. You cannot force it. You cannot rush it. You either receive it or you do not. And receiving requires softness. The forest understands this. This is why many animals become more confident after dark. Not because they see better, but because the world speaks more clearly to them. Every breath carries context. For humans, accustomed to constant noise and visual overload, this can feel unfamiliar, but it is deeply natural. Your body remembers how to listen this way. As you rest now, imagine that you do not need to look ahead. You do not need to anticipate. Information will arrive when it is relevant, just as it does in the forest. The night air carries only what is necessary, nothing extra, nothing urgent. And in that simplicity, the nervous system begins to soften further. Muscles loosen without instruction. Breathing slows without effort. The forest does not ask you to pay attention. It simply communicates, and you are free to rest while listening. As this journey continues, other senses will gently join in. But for now, the air does the work. Quietly, patiently, just as it has for countless nights before this one. As scent continues to drift through the forest, another layer of activity slowly becomes noticeable. Not above, not far away, but close, very close. The forest floor, which may have seemed still during the day, begins to move with purpose after dusk. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just steadily. When the temperature drops, the ground becomes welcoming. Moisture lingers. Shadows deepen. For many small lives, this is the safest time to exist. Snails emerge first. Their movement is slow enough to be almost invisible. Shells glisten faintly with moisture, reflecting the dimness rather than light. They are not in a hurry. At night, speed is unnecessary. The air is cool. Predators that rely on sight are less active. Each inch forward is enough. Beetles follow similar rhythms. They appear from beneath leaves, bark, and soil. Their hard shells protect them from the world. Their paths are deliberate, but calm. No wasted energy. They forage, clean, recycle. Much of what the forest depends on happens at this scale. Decomposition, soil renewal, balance. These processes do not announce themselves. They continue quietly, whether observed or not. Frogs and toads also become more active once the sun has fully disappeared. Their skin benefits from the cooler air. Moisture helps them breathe. Each movement is cautious but unafraid. They do not leap constantly. They wait, listening, sensing vibrations through the ground. Night gives them time. Spiders, too, find comfort after dusk. Webs that were fragile during the day become effective tools in darkness. Insects move without seeing the fine threads waiting for them. The spider does not chase. It waits. Patience is rewarded naturally. This is a recurring pattern at ground level. No one rushes. No one competes loudly. Energy is conserved. Survival here depends on efficiency, not dominance. The forest floor feels busy, but not chaotic. It is organized through rhythm rather than control. Each species has learned when to move, when to pause, and when to disappear. This creates a gentle flow of motion, like breathing. In, out. Even the soil itself responds. Microorganisms become more active as temperatures stabilize. Fungi extend microscopic threads through damp earth. Nutrients are exchanged quietly. Nothing is wasted. This hidden activity supports everything above it. Trees draw strength from soil that has been tended all night. Plants awaken to nutrients already prepared. The forest floor does not seek attention, yet it carries much of the responsibility. For the human nervous system, observing this kind of movement is deeply calming. There is no threat, no urgency, just continuity. Life continuing at a scale that does not overwhelm the senses. This is important. When systems feel too large, too fast, the mind becomes tense. But when attention rests on small, steady processes, the mind relaxes. This is why watching tiny movements can slow breathing, why listening to subtle sounds lowers heart rate. Your body responds to predictability, and the ground at night is predictable. Snails will move slowly. Beetles will search carefully. Frogs will pause more than they jump. Nothing here surprises. Even danger is quiet. This allows the body to release unnecessary alertness. You may notice your shoulders softening, your jaw loosening, not because you were instructed to relax, but because nothing demands tension. In the daytime world, efficiency often means speed, deadlines, notifications, constant correction. The forest floor operates differently. Efficiency means endurance, small movements sustained over time. This lesson is subtle but powerful. You do not need to move quickly to make progress. You do not need to solve everything at once. At night, survival favors those who move gently and persist. As you listen now, imagine your own thoughts slowing to this rhythm. No need to resolve them, no need to organize. Let them appear briefly, then fade like footprints in damp soil. The forest floor does not remember every step. It absorbs, reshapes, and continues. This is a safe pace. The night protects these small lives by reducing visibility and noise. In return, they maintain the balance of the entire system. Quiet work, lasting impact. As this section draws to a close, the ground continues its gentle activity. Nothing ends. It simply blends into the next layer of the forest. Above, pathways in the trees will soon take focus. But below, the small lives continue, steady, unseen, doing exactly enough. As the quiet activity of the forest floor continues below, something equally gentle begins to unfold above it. Not suddenly, not loudly. Just as the ground has its rhythms, the forest canopy has its own. The air changes slightly as attention lifts. The scent thins. The sounds soften. Here, movement does not touch the soil. It travels along branches, across leaves, through layers of green that absorb more than they reveal. The canopy is not a ceiling. It is a soft passageway, a network of living pathways woven from wood, leaf, and shadow. During the day, this space can feel exposed. Light pours through openings. Edges are sharp. At night, the canopy becomes forgiving. Darkness fills the gaps. Leaves overlap into continuous shelter. Sound behaves differently here. Each leaf acts like a cushion. Each cluster of needles breaks vibrations apart. Noise does not travel far. It dissolves. This is why the canopy feels muffled, protected. Movements here rarely echo. Flying squirrels are among the quietest travelers of this space. They do not flap. They do not rush. They glide. A gentle release from one branch. A slow arc through the air. A controlled landing. Moonlight touches the membrane between their limbs briefly, then disappears again. Their bodies are built for efficiency, not speed. Every glide is calculated. No unnecessary motion. They rely on memory as much as sight. The forest, for them, is not new each night. It is familiar. This familiarity reduces urgency. Squirrels that move along branches behave similarly. They pause often. They test surfaces with light pressure. Their claws grip bark with practiced ease. Each step is soft enough to go unnoticed by most creatures below. At night, survival depends on being heard as little as possible. The canopy supports this. Leaves absorb footsteps. Branches flex instead of snapping. Even insects benefit from this quiet architecture. Moths, beetles, and other winged insects navigate through narrow corridors of leaf and air. Their wings beat more slowly in cooler temperatures. This reduces sound. They drift rather than dart. Everything here seems designed to avoid disturbance. This is not accidental. Over time, species that moved quietly survived longer. The canopy rewarded restraint. For the human brain, this environment is deeply soothing. Muffled sound tells the nervous system that there is no immediate threat. Sharp noises activate alertness. Softened ones invite rest. This is why heavy blankets feel comforting. Why forests feel calmer than open fields at night. The canopy functions like a natural covering. It does not press down. It simply surrounds. As attention remains here, you may notice how little effort it takes to imagine this space. No vivid details are required. Just a sense of gentle enclosure. Branches above. Darkness between leaves. Movement that exists, but does not demand to be seen. This is important. The mind relaxes when it does not need to track everything. In daily life, constant monitoring creates tension. Emails, messages, deadlines. The canopy offers an alternative model. Here, awareness is wide, not focused. You do not follow a single movement. You simply sense that movement is happening. This reduces mental effort. It allows thoughts to slow naturally. Nothing in the canopy competes for attention. Even when multiple creatures move at once, their sounds overlap softly. No single signal dominates. This creates a form of auditory balance, a soft layering rather than noise. The leaves play a critical role in this. Their surfaces scatter sound waves. They bend vibrations. What begins as a footstep becomes a whisper. What begins as flight becomes silence. This quality makes the canopy feel safe, even when you cannot see clearly. Safety does not always come from visibility. Sometimes it comes from predictability. Here, movement is slow. Patterns repeat. Nothing lunges. This reassures the body at a level below conscious thought. Breathing may deepen without instruction. Muscles may release without effort. The canopy does not ask you to relax. It simply makes tension unnecessary. As the night continues, this elevated layer remains active, but it never becomes busy. Activity does not increase. It spreads evenly across time. This steadiness is key. The brain prefers environments where change is gradual. Sudden shifts trigger alertness. The canopy avoids suddenness. Even when a branch bends, it does so slowly. Even when a leaf falls, it spirals. Nothing drops straight down. This sense of suspension is calming, as if time itself is moving more gently here. You may imagine yourself beneath this canopy now, not watching, just existing, protected by layers you do not need to control. Above you, paths continue. Creatures move without concern for your presence. You are not the center, and that is comforting. There is nothing you need to manage, nothing to solve. The canopy carries on, whether observed or not. This allows the mind to let go. As attention prepares to drift further into the night, sounds will begin to organize themselves into rhythm. Not movement, but voice. Not travel, but signaling. The forest will soon begin to speak in pulses and calls. But for now, the canopy remains a soft corridor, quiet, absorbing, holding the night together without being noticed. Above the softened pathways of the canopy, and below its quiet shelter, another layer of the forest begins to reveal itself. Not through movement, but through timing. This is where the night starts to speak, not in words, not in volume, but in pulses. Signals emerge slowly, as if the forest is stretching into awareness. At first, they are scattered. A single flicker, a brief call, a pause. Then, without instruction, patterns begin to form. Fireflies are often the first to be noticed, not because they are loud, but because they interrupt darkness so gently. Their light is not continuous. It appears, disappears, appears again. Each firefly carries a small chemical reaction within its body. Oxygen meets luciferin. Energy is released as light. No heat, no waste, just a brief glow. What feels magical is not the light itself, but the coordination. In some forests, fireflies synchronize, hundreds, sometimes thousands, blinking together, on, off, like a living constellation that forgot it belonged in the sky. This rhythm is not forced. Each firefly adjusts slightly to its neighbors. If one blinks early, others follow. If one lags, the pattern shifts. Over time, harmony emerges. This is important. The forest does not demand precision. It allows variation, then settles naturally. The human brain responds deeply to this kind of rhythm. Predictable, but not mechanical. Alive, but not demanding. Watching synchronized fireflies has been shown to slow breathing. Heart rates decrease. Attention softens. The mind stops scanning for threat. Instead, it drifts. Below the fireflies, closer to the ground, another rhythm joins in. Frogs, peepers, in particular, are known for their high, clear calls. Their voices are small, but persistent. Each call is tied closely to temperature. As the air cools, the rhythm slows. As it warms slightly, the calls quicken. This means the forest is constantly adjusting its tempo, not by decision, but by physics. Frogs do not hurry. They respond. Their calls overlap rather than collide. One begins, another answers. Spaces remain between them. Silence is part of the pattern. This is crucial. Continuous sound would overwhelm the nervous system. The forest avoids this. Instead, it breathes through sound. Call, pause, call, pause. These pauses allow the listener to rest. Insects contribute another layer. Katydids, crickets, and other night insects maintain steady rhythms. Each species operates at a different frequency. Some chirp quickly, others slowly. This separation prevents interference. The forest organizes itself by sound, without conscious planning. It is not chaotic. It is layered, like gentle waves overlapping in a calm sea. No single sound dominates for long. If one becomes too loud, others fill the gaps. Balance returns naturally. This creates a hypnotic effect. The brain stops trying to isolate individual sounds. Instead, it perceives a whole. a soundscape. This reduces mental effort. In daily life, we are trained to separate voices, notifications, alerts. Each demands attention. At night in the forest, attention is optional. You can listen, or you can simply allow sound to exist around you. There is no penalty for drifting. This is why these rhythms are so effective for relaxation. They do not carry meaning. They carry presence. Fireflies are not signaling danger. Frogs are not issuing commands. Insects are not asking for response. They are simply continuing patterns older than memory, older than worry. The body recognizes this. Muscles loosen when sounds repeat without consequence. The jaw unclenches. The shoulders lower. Even thoughts begin to slow. Not because you push them away, but because they lose urgency. The forest does not reward speed. It rewards timing. Everything happens when it happens. If a call is missed, another follows. If a blink goes unseen, it will return. Nothing is lost. This sense of abundance reduces anxiety. There is no pressure to keep up, no fear of falling behind. The rhythms continue, whether you track them or not. As minutes pass, the sounds blend further. Individual calls become less distinct. They soften into a steady background, like rain heard from indoors. Present, but not intrusive. This is where the hypnotic quality deepens. The mind may begin to float between awareness and rest. Thoughts may appear briefly, then dissolve. This is natural. The forest does not interrupt this process. It supports it. Each rhythmic layer acts like a guide rail, preventing sudden silence, preventing sudden noise, maintaining equilibrium. This stability is rare in modern environments, which is why it feels so calming. Here, nothing accelerates unexpectedly. Nothing demands reaction. The night communicates through patience. As these signals continue, they prepare the listener for deeper stillness. Not the absence of sound, but the absence of effort. Soon, the forest will shift again, from signaling to strategy, from communication to movement guided by memory and scent. But for now, the night sings itself into balance, blink by blink, call by call, holding you gently between moments. As the layered rhythms of fireflies and frogs begin to settle into the background, the forest does not become empty. It becomes practical. Movement continues, but it changes character. This is the hour of travelers, not hunters in a hurry, not shadows racing through fear, but animals following routes they have memorized over many nights. The coyote moves first, not because it is bold, but because it knows the map. Coyotes rarely wander randomly. They walk along paths that already exist. Old trails pressed into the soil by deer. Dry creek beds that curve gently through the trees. Edges where forest meets open space. These routes are familiar. A coyote may walk the same path hundreds of times across a lifetime. Each step is remembered, where the ground dips, where roots rise close to the surface, where leaves stay dry longer after rain. This familiarity reduces effort. There is no need to rush. Coyotes are not always hunting. Often, they are simply checking, listening, smelling, noting what has changed and what has stayed the same. Their ears turn independently, sampling sound rather than chasing it. They pause often. Stillness is not hesitation. It is information gathering. In the forest, moving slowly is efficient. Nearby, another traveler follows a different philosophy. The raccoon. Raccoons are collectors of memory. They remember food sources with remarkable accuracy. A fruit tree that produced heavily one year will be revisited years later. A forgotten campsite, a hollow log, a stream bend where insects gather. These locations are stored, not as urgency, but as options. Raccoons do not panic when food is scarce. They adapt by recalling alternatives. Their movement is deliberate. Hands explore gently, not grabbing, just checking. Texture matters to raccoons. Their sensitive pores can distinguish objects without sight. This allows them to move confidently in darkness without haste. The forest supports this pace. No alarms sound. No sudden lights appear. Everything unfolds in muted continuity. Raccoons are often misunderstood as chaotic. In reality, they are methodical. They open what they understand. They avoid what feels unfamiliar. This caution is quiet intelligence. It reduces risk. As raccoons move, they rarely disturb others. They slip between moments. And then there is the skunk, perhaps the most misunderstood of all. Skunks do not seek conflict. They are among the clearest communicators in the forest. Before a skunk ever defends itself, it announces boundaries. A pause, a foot stomp, a lifted tail. These signals are deliberate. They are warnings, not threats. Skunks give others time to step away. This makes actual confrontation rare. In most cases, avoidance works. The forest values avoidance. Energy is conserved when conflict is prevented. Skunks move slowly because they can afford to. Their defense allows patience. They do not chase. They do not pursue. They simply continue forward, trusting communication. This trust shapes the night. Animals learn each other's signals. Routes adjust naturally. Paths diverge without argument. This is coexistence, not competition. What is important here is the lack of urgency. These animals are not panicking. They are not hiding from the night. They belong to it. Their presence does not increase danger. It stabilizes the system. Each traveler fills a role. Coyotes regulate movement along edges. Raccoons redistribute resources quietly. Skunks maintain clear boundaries. None dominate. Balance emerges through repetition. For a human listener, this matters deeply. The mind often associates night with unpredictability. But in reality, night in the forest is highly routine, more predictable than daytime. Fewer sudden changes, fewer intrusions, the same paths, the same behaviors, the same rhythms, night after night. This reliability is calming to the nervous system. Your body responds to predictability by lowering alertness. Breathing deepens, muscles release. The forest does not escalate. It continues. Coyotes will pass through and move on. Raccoons will investigate and drift away. Skunks will cross quietly and disappear into cover. No drama follows. Silence returns naturally. This is the pattern the forest offers. Movement without disruption. Presence without threat. As these familiar travelers complete their routes, the night grows steadier. Less sound, more space. The forest prepares for creatures that move even more subtly. Those that glide. Those that pause for long stretches. But for now, everything is exactly where it should be, and nothing asks anything of you. After the familiar night travelers complete their well-worn routes, the forest does not fall silent all at once. Instead, it settles. Movement becomes smaller, slower, more economical. This is the phase of the night where survival no longer depends on speed, but on restraint. The animals awake now are not rushing anywhere. They conserve. High in the trees, a porcupine begins to climb. Not quickly, not efficiently by human standards, but steadily. Porcupines are among the slowest climbers in the forest, and yet they are remarkably safe. Their movement is deliberate. Each claw tests bark before committing weight. Each branch is chosen carefully. There is no urgency in this ascent. Porcupines do not outrun danger. They outwait it. Their quills are not weapons of attack, but reminders of boundaries. Much like the skunk earlier, porcupines survive by discouraging escalation. They climb to feed, to rest, to remain out of reach. Energy is never wasted. In the dark, the porcupine's metabolism remains low, heart rate steady, breathing shallow and calm. This physiology mirrors deep relaxation. Your body recognizes this rhythm instinctively. Slow movement signals safety. As the porcupine pauses on a branch, chewing quietly, the forest absorbs the sound. Leaves soften it, bark dulls it. Nothing echoes sharply. Below, another kind of motion takes shape, almost invisible at first. The flying squirrel does not fly in the way birds do. It glides, from tree to tree, membrane stretched gently, guided by gravity rather than force. Moonlight becomes its map, not bright moonlight, just enough contrast to see silhouettes. Flying squirrels wait for optimal conditions. They do not leap blindly. A glide is chosen only when the angle is correct, when the distance feels right. There is trust in physics here. Gravity will do the work. No flapping, no frantic correction, just release and a smooth descent. This is energy efficiency at its finest. Flying squirrels travel far, using almost no effort. They rely on planning rather than exertion. This kind of movement calms the nervous system. Your breathing naturally slows as you imagine it. In, out, nothing sudden. The glide ends softly against bark. Claws catch, body folds inward. Stillness resumes. Between glides, flying squirrels remain motionless for long periods, listening, waiting. Stillness is not vulnerability here. It is protection. On the forest floor, the smallest motion of all takes place. A rabbit stands completely still, not frozen in fear, but paused in awareness. Rabbits are experts at reducing detectable presence. Their fur blends, their breathing becomes shallow. Their muscles relax into readiness without tension. Standing still costs almost no energy. It also prevents drawing attention. Predators notice movement more than shape, so the rabbit does not move. Minutes can pass this way, long enough for danger to pass without interaction. This patience is survival. The rabbit's heart rate adjusts downward during stillness. Not racing, not pounding. Calm allows perception to sharpen. This calm is contagious. Your own body responds, as if it too is safe to pause. No decisions required, no tasks waiting. The forest encourages this state. No sudden noises, no competing signals, just layers of quiet. What connects these three animals is not size or habitat. It is strategy. They survive by minimizing effort. They do not fight the night. They cooperate with it. Energy saved now means life sustained later. In nature, rest is not laziness. It is intelligence. The forest does not reward constant motion. It rewards timing. This lesson is especially important for a tired human mind. Work and modern life teach urgency, deadlines, notifications, continuous engagement. But biology evolved for cycles. Activity followed by rest, focus followed by release. The animals here demonstrate that slowing down does not mean falling behind. It means staying alive. As the porcupine settles into a branch fork, as the flying squirrel curls into a hollow, as the rabbit remains perfectly still, the forest enters a deeper phase of rest. Sound becomes sparse. Space feels wider. Your breathing mirrors this environment. Longer exhalations, less muscle tension. The heart does not need to hurry. Nothing in this moment demands reaction. The night is doing exactly what it has done for thousands of years, and you are allowed to follow its pace. Stillness becomes comfortable, thoughts slow without effort. Awareness softens. Quiet survival is not dramatic, it is gentle. And in this gentleness, the body remembers how to rest. As the forest settles into its deepest rhythm, after the smallest movements have slowed and stillness has proven its strength, another layer of awareness quietly awakens. This part of the night belongs not to speed, but to perception. The animals moving now rely less on sight and more on what cannot be seen. Sound, scent, subtle changes in air. A fox pauses at the edge of a clearing. It does not rush forward. Its body remains relaxed, almost casual. yet every sense is open. Foxes listen more than they look. Their ears rotate independently, collecting information from multiple directions at once. A faint rustle beneath leaves, a soft shift of wind across grass. Each sound arrives with context. The fox does not interpret these signals as urgency. They are simply data. Foxes are not creatures of constant chase. They move in short bursts, followed by long pauses. Listening fills the space between motion. This pattern keeps the nervous system balanced. The fox's heart rate rises only when necessary. Most of the time, it remains calm. Your body recognizes this rhythm. Stillness with awareness feels safe, not empty, just present. Nearby, a bobcat moves through shadow. Bobcats are rarely seen, even when close. Their fur absorbs light. Their steps soften sound. But what defines them most is patience. A bobcat can remain motionless for extended periods, listening intently. Their hearing is finely tuned to subtle frequencies. Tiny vibrations travel through the ground. The bobcat does not need to see clearly. It builds a mental map from sound and scent alone. This reduces unnecessary movement. Energy is conserved. There is no tension in waiting. Waiting is part of the process. This quiet patience carries no aggression. It is simply attention. In the distance, far beyond the trees, a wolf pauses on a ridge. Wolves are often misunderstood as symbols of danger, but in reality, wolves spend much of their time listening. Their hearing allows them to detect sounds miles away, not as threats, but as information about the land. Wolves track balance. They sense movement patterns across territory. Who is present? Who is absent? How the forest is breathing tonight. Wolves rarely act alone. Their strength comes from coordination, and coordination begins with listening. When wolves move, it is purposeful, not frantic. They avoid unnecessary exertion. The forest depends on this restraint. Predators play a quiet role in maintaining balance. They shape behavior without constant action. Their presence alone changes how the forest moves. Prey animals stay alert, but not panicked. Vegetation recovers. Energy circulates. This is not conflict. It is regulation. Listening maintains harmony. As the fox shifts position, as the bobcat blends deeper into shadow, as the wolf remains still against the sky, the forest holds steady. No chaos emerges, only awareness layered upon awareness. The night is not a battleground. It is a system of checks and balances. This realization brings calm. Nothing here is excessive. Nothing is wasted. Even silence has structure. For the human mind, this is deeply reassuring. You do not need to see everything. You do not need to react to every signal. Like the fox, you can listen without urgency. Like the bobcat, you can pause without fear. Like the wolf, you can trust the larger system. Your body responds to this understanding. Muscles soften, jaw loosens, breathing deepens. The nervous system shifts away from alertness into quiet observation. The forest does not demand action from you. It invites awareness. Listening more than seeing allows the mind to rest. Thoughts drift without attachment. The night continues its ancient work, balancing, regulating, sustaining, and you remain safely within it, calm, present, unhurried. The deeper the listening becomes, the less effort is required. Rest arrives naturally, without force, without instruction, just as it always has. As listening settles deeper into the night, movement becomes even more subtle. The forest now reveals a quieter kind of influence, not through sound, not through speed, but through time. Some animals do not shape the forest in moments. They shape it slowly, patiently, over years, sometimes decades. Their presence is felt long after they pass. A mountain lion moves through the forest without announcing itself. Its body is designed for silence. Padded paws soften contact with the ground. Muscles absorb motion before it becomes sound. Nothing about its movement is hurried. Every step is measured. Energy is conserved. The mountain lion does not disturb the forest. It flows through it. Most of its influence is invisible. Paths subtly avoided by others. Patterns quietly adjusted. The forest learns where stillness resides. This creates space, not fear, balance. The mountain lion rests far more than it moves. Long periods of stillness are normal. Rest is not weakness here. It is strategy. Your body understands this instinctively. Stillness is productive. Rest is essential. Elsewhere, beneath the surface, a badger works slowly. Badgers do not rush their labor. They dig with intention. Claws move soil grain by grain. Tunnels form gradually. Air circulates differently underground because of this work. Water moves through soil more efficiently. Roots find new paths. Insects gain shelter. Small mammals find safety. The badger never sees the full outcome of its effort, yet the forest changes because of it. This is quiet contribution. No applause, no urgency, just steady, repetitive motion. The rhythm of digging is grounding. Repetitive actions calm the nervous system. The mind begins to mirror the motion. Slow, even, predictable. There is comfort in this pattern. Farther south, where the soil is warmer, an armadillo moves with similar patience. Armadillos are not fast animals. They rely on persistence. Nose close to the ground, claws gently turning soil. Small holes appear overnight. Not dramatic, but meaningful. These shallow excavations aerate the earth. Seeds settle into new spaces. Rainwater absorbs more easily. Insects redistribute. Life reorganizes itself quietly. The armadillo does not control the forest. It participates in it. This distinction matters. Control demands tension. Participation allows ease. The forest thrives because no single creature dominates. Each plays a role without forcing change. Mountain lions adjust movement. Badgers adjust structure. Armadillos adjust soil. None act quickly. None seek attention. Change emerges gently. Over time, this is a powerful message for the human mind. You do not need to fix everything immediately. Not all progress is visible. Not all effort must be intense. Some of the most meaningful changes happen quietly, beneath the surface. Your breathing naturally slows as this idea settles. The shoulders soften, the jaw releases. There is no deadline here. The forest does not rush itself. Neither do you need to. Night supports long processes. It favors patience over pressure, depth over drama. The ground continues to shift imperceptibly. Paths adjust. Water finds easier routes. Roots spread calmly. Above ground, nothing seems different. Yet everything is slowly aligning. This is how resilience forms. Not through sudden effort, but through consistent presence. The mountain lion rests again. The badger pauses between movements. The armadillo continues its gentle work. No urgency enters the system. The night remains steady, safe, supportive. Your mind follows this rhythm naturally. Thoughts lose their sharp edges. Concerns drift further away. You are not required to act, only to rest within the process. The forest holds you in this understanding. That slow change is real change. That quiet effort matters. That rest is part of progress. As this truth settles, the night deepens further, and the forest continues, shaping itself, patiently, silently, without ever needing to hurry. After the forest has been shaped slowly, patiently, over long stretches of time, attention now drifts towards something even more subtle. The smallest movements, the lives that rarely stand out, the creatures most often overlooked. The night forest is not held together by only the large or the powerful. It depends deeply on the small. on quiet helpers working without recognition, an opossum moves carefully through the undergrowth. Its pace is unhurried, its posture relaxed. The opossum is not elegant, not fast, not impressive by usual standards, yet it carries an invisible responsibility. As it forages, it consumes ticks and parasites in large numbers, thousands, over a single season. This quiet habit reduces disease. It protects deer. It protects rodents. It even protects humans. The opossum does not know this. It is not performing a task. It is simply living. This is often how balance works in nature. No intention, no awareness, just presence. The forest remains healthier because of it. This thought brings comfort. You do not need to be aware of every good thing you do for it to matter. Nearby, beneath leaves and fallen branches, a hedgehog moves softly. Its body is round and low to the ground. Every step is careful. Its senses guide it more than its eyes. The hedgehog relies on smell, on texture, on familiarity. It searches patiently for beetles, worms, and larvae. Each small meal removes pressure from the ecosystem. Insects stay in balance. Plants suffer less damage. Soil remains healthier. The hedgehog's spines are not for aggression, they are for protection. When threatened, it curls inward, not outward. This is a lesson the nervous system understands deeply. Protection does not always mean pushing back. Sometimes it means turning inward, resting, holding yourself gently. The forest allows this. No one rushes the hedgehog. No one demands speed. The night makes space for slow beings. Then there is the shrew. So small, it is rarely seen. So fast, it is easily missed. The shrew's life moves at a higher metabolic pace. Its heart beats quickly. Its hunger returns often. To survive, it must eat almost constantly. In doing so, it consumes vast numbers of insects, grubs, larvae, small invertebrates. The shrew keeps populations from exploding. It prevents imbalance through necessity, not choice. Even the smallest body can hold great influence. Even the quietest presence can stabilize a system. The forest depends on this invisible work. Without it, numbers would spiral, plants would suffer, disease would spread. Yet no one notices the shrew, and that is enough. This realization settles warmly in the mind. You do not need to be seen to matter. You do not need recognition to be valuable. The night forest thrives because of countless unnoticed efforts, just like human life does. The soft crunch of leaves, the barely audible movement beneath the soil, the gentle breathing of animals at rest, all of it blends into a steady background of reassurance. Nothing here demands urgency. Nothing insists on performance. Each creature contributes simply by existing. The nervous system responds to this truth. Muscles loosen, breathing deepens, thoughts slow and widen. The forest does not measure worth by size or strength. It measures by participation, by presence, by continuity. Small lives keep large systems stable. Quiet actions maintain harmony. The night holds these truths without explanation. You are allowed to rest within them. You are allowed to feel enough as you are. The opossum continues on its path. The hedgehog noses gently through leaves. The shrew disappears into the undergrowth. None of them announce their importance. Yet the forest breathes easier because they are here. And as this understanding settles, the night grows softer still. The work of balance continues quietly, without pressure, without noise, without demand, just as your mind now drifts gently, supported by the calm knowledge that even the smallest presence can hold the world together. After noticing the small but essential lives that quietly support the forest, awareness drifts even lower, closer to the ground, closer to moisture, closer to darkness where light is no longer necessary. Here, the forest becomes soft. The air feels heavier. The soil holds warmth from the day. and releases it slowly. This is a world shaped by dampness, a world that moves without urgency. Beneath the surface, a mole travels through the earth. Its movement is not hurried. The soil parts gently around its body. The mole does not see clearly and does not need to. Vision is not important here. Touch matters more. Vibration, pressure, familiar tunnels remembered by the body. As it digs, the mole loosens the ground. Air enters the soil. Water spreads more evenly. Roots find space to grow. Without realizing it, the mole improves the forest floor. Its tunnels become pathways for water and nutrients. Its work is slow, repetitive, almost meditative. The nervous system responds to this rhythm. There is comfort in movement without destination. In effort without deadline, the earth above remains undisturbed. Leaves lie still. The forest rests while the ground quietly breathes. Nearby, in the moist shadows under logs and stones, a salamander emerges. Its skin is smooth and cool, delicate, alive with sensation. The salamander does not breathe the way mammals do. Oxygen passes directly through its skin. This requires constant moisture. Dryness would mean danger, so the salamander chooses the night, the damp air, the soft rain, the condensation that forms when the forest cools. This life depends on gentleness, on balance, on conditions remaining calm. The salamander moves slowly, deliberately. Each step is careful. It pauses often. Stillness is not inactivity. It is awareness. This quiet existence reminds the mind that not all life must rush forward. Some lives unfold sideways, in pauses, in subtle adjustments, in patience. The forest supports these beings by remaining dark, by holding moisture, by offering shelter. Light is unnecessary here. Brightness would only disturb. And then, near the edge of water, a frog rests. Its body touches the cool ground. Its skin absorbs moisture directly. Frogs do not drink with their mouths. They absorb water through their bellies, from soil, from leaves, from the surface they rest upon. This simple exchange is enough. No effort, no strain, just contact. Breathing is slow, movement minimal. When the frog calls, it is not loud. It is measured, a low sound that carries gently through the damp air. The call is shaped by temperature, by humidity, by the night itself. Each sound blends into the forest rather than rising above it. This is communication without urgency, presence without insistence. The forest now feels very close, enclosing, protective. The mind notices fewer edges. Thoughts soften, details blur slightly. The body understands this environment instinctively. Darkness here is not threatening. It is insulating. Moisture is not uncomfortable. It is nourishing. Stillness is not emptiness. It is fullness without noise. The mole continues underground. The salamander disappears beneath a log. The frog settles into silence. Nothing remains to be observed. Nothing needs to happen next. The night forest has reached its deepest layer, a place where life slows enough to almost fade from awareness. This is where rest becomes easy, where the mind no longer searches for meaning, where the body simply exists. Breathing aligns with the cool air. Muscles soften into gravity. Thoughts drift without direction, like moisture sinking into soil, like warmth releasing into the night. The forest holds everything now. There is nothing to do, nothing to follow, only the quiet knowledge that life continues gently, slowly, and safely, even in complete darkness. The forest does not end. It never needed an ending. Even now, as awareness grows softer, the forest continues exactly as it was. The ground remains cool. The air remains still. Moisture rests on leaves, on soil, on bark, without falling, without urgency. Somewhere beneath the earth, tunnels remain open. Roots continue their quiet work. Water moves slowly, guided by gravity and patience. Nothing in the forest is waiting for you. Nothing requires your attention anymore. All the rhythms you noticed earlier still exist. They are simply no longer asking to be followed. The lights of fireflies continue in patterns you no longer need to track. The calls of frogs soften into distance. The movement of small animals blends into the background of the night. The forest stays awake, so you do not have to. Your role as an observer gently fades. You are no longer listening for facts, no longer forming images, no longer holding curiosity. The forest does not mind. It has carried itself for millions of years without being watched. It can continue now without effort from you. You may imagine yourself lying here, on the forest floor, not exposed, not alert, supported. The ground beneath you is steady and cool. It holds warmth without clinging to it. Your body fits naturally into this place. Breathing slows to match the night air. Inhale, without intention. Exhale, without release. Just breathing, happening on its own. Thoughts, if they appear, pass through like mist. They do not settle. They do not matter. The forest does not analyze. It does not plan. It does not worry about tomorrow. It simply continues, moment by moment, in quiet balance. Somewhere far above, the canopy barely moves. Leaves touch, then separate. Sound is softened before it reaches you. Edges blur. Distances lose meaning. There is no direction left to follow. No next idea to hold. Only the sense of being safely placed within something much older, much slower, and much calmer than any single thought. The forest remains, alive, balanced, awake in its own way. You are allowed to rest now. You are allowed to stop listening, to stop understanding, to stop remembering where you are in the story. Nothing will be missed. Nothing important will change if awareness fades. The forest does not require witnesses. It only offers space. And in that space, sleep arrives gently, not as an action, not as a decision, but as a natural return, like warmth sinking into soil, like moisture settling into roots, like night deepening without announcement. The forest stays awake, so you can rest. As the forest continues its quiet life, there is nothing more you need to follow tonight. The rhythms you heard, the slow movements beneath the soil, the soft signals carried by the night air, they will all remain here, even after your attention drifts away. This place does not disappear when you stop listening. The forest is patient. It always has been. And just like this forest, there will always be another calm journey waiting for you here. Another night, another gentle story, another long, unbroken space where the mind can loosen its grip and the body can finally rest. If this quiet walk through the forest helped your thoughts slow down, if it made the day feel a little farther away, you can return whenever you need. Sleep Science Fact is here to offer steady nights, soft science, and stories designed not to excite, but to comfort, to ground, and to help sleep arrive naturally. If you feel safe enough to do so, you may gently support this space by leaving a like or subscribing for future nights of calm knowledge and deep rest. There is no rush. You can do it another day. For now, let the forest keep watch. Let your breathing grow slower. Let awareness fade at its own pace. The night does not end. The forest continues, and you are free to sleep.